Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? So welcome back to AN Sports, and yes, this is your host Manil, and today we're gonna talk about Nepal versus India. The match is finished. The game is over for Nepal. There is no way Nepal gonna progress into the second round or semi, because Kuwait and India, they will be fighting for the top position in the group, whereas Nepal, all left to do is to play for the pride against the Pakistan. So there are a few things that I would like to talk about the match from the perspective of Nepal. Is the first 10 minutes of the game, it was Nepal trying to test their nerve against the Indian attacks. The Indians were freely flowing through the Nepal's territory, whereas after 10 minutes Nepal got their rhythm back, and then they tried to keep pressing the Indian mid and defense. They broke into the defense line a couple of times. They got some opportunities, they got their chances. So from the 10th minute onwards until the halftime, it was under Nepal's control. But between times, Indians did have some chances to convert, but they were not given freedom by the Nepalese defense. And Nepal were able to take the first corner, and Nepal were able to draw the first blood that was denied by the Indian goalkeepers, which came from Eric Bister. The straight volley into the post was on target, but somehow the Indian goalkeepers saved on right time. Overall, I would like to pinpoint some Nepalese players. Laken Limbu was good. Manish Tanki was giving a threat from the right flanks, and Ayush Kalan was from the left doing the same job as what Manish Tangi was doing. But overall, in between, there was one player in particular that I would like to talk highly about, and that is Anjan Bista. He was the main architect of all these composed game from Nepal. So what happened throughout the game was Anjan Bista got fouled many times because he was running all over the field. He was going into the defense line, taking the ball, receiving the pass from mid, and distributing the ball to the front line, or he was himself carrying the ball towards the front line, disturbing the Indian defense. At one time, it was like the Indian defense were really in a bad shape. They were exposed. Probably from this match, Kuwait is gonna take some positives out from what Nepal did against India in the first half. Then again, after the first half, Anjan Bister got fouled out. He was not able to continue, and then the whole scenario changed. And then again, Indian substituted some of their players. The vital players from Indian side, that was Changte from the right wing. He made a couple of disturbance to the Nepalese defender, because I knew this player is going to be very fatal for the Nepalese side, and that happened after that. Then after, there was no coming back for Nepal, and the coach Vincenzo Alberto NSA, he actually experimented with some young players, taking out Eric Bister and Bimal Gardimagar, but that didn't work. Actually, I would have opted to have either Noik Rester or Pujan Operkoti, or have Eric Bister in the field, but that actually didn't happen, and the entire scenario of the game changed. So overall, Nepal played decent football, as long as the first half is concerned. I think Nepal played very composed football. They didn't allow the Indian defenders to freely move around Nepalese defense zone, and a couple of times Nepal gave them a threat. One goal was denied by the Indian goalkeepers, which was right on target, the volley from Eric Bister. And again, it all changed after the Anjan Bista got out, and the whole scenario of the game was changed after that, because as I said earlier, he was the main architecture behind all these high pressing games from Nepal. And meanwhile, Indian made some substitutions, and they had some players, they attacked from right flank and left flank and from the mid, and Nepal started losing its confidence, and it's all the momentum of the game, in any time can move from one team to another team. Yes, so what I would like to see Nepal doing in the next game is keep this momentum alive. So as Vincent Albertan has already said that Anjan Bista is not gonna play on the next match, so we need to work on the next substitution for Anjan Bista, who can take the responsibility of what Anjan did against India and also against Pakistan. I don't think it's going to be the easy game for Nepal, because Pakistan is a well-composed team on the other side. A couple of goals that they conceded were against India, 2 penalties and some accidental goals, and against Kuwait, they conceded 4 goals, but in the second half they were really tight on their defense, and in some occasions they were passing through the mid, some very good combinations with the players, and they were able to penetrate through Kuwait's defense zone, and a couple of times they were giving a threat to the Kuwaitis also. So overall it's going to be another tight match for Nepal. Nepal need to be very cautious. They shouldn't take this match lightly. Best wishes to Nepalese team. Whatever happened this Saff, it's okay, let it go, but the main concern for me is how the players will do after this championship. Do we have any other thing to have this player engaged in football or not? So it all goes to ENVA and the sports ministry of Nepal, whether they have plans for football development within the country or not. And lastly, I would like to thank the Nepalese player for giving their best shot in this Saff championship, despite having very less time for the preparation. And also my big thanks to coach Vincent Albertan for having this team, and I hope you keep continuing with Nepal team for at least 2 years, I guess, and hopefully we win big tournaments, big matches under your coaching guidance. And my best wishes for the last final match, not the final but the last match against Pakistan, and hopefully we take a good result out of this match. Thank you.